Hello everyone, my name is Devashish and I welcome you all to this episode. So in today's episode, I spoke with one of the students whose name is Trinath. So Trinath is from commerce background and he's willing to shift his career from commerce to cybersecurity. So Trinath is primarily interested in reverse engineering and binary exploitation, and he had some doubt and confusions around that. So he has shot many questions to me around those topics, and I have provided my inputs based on my knowledge and experience. So this episode has gone pretty long, so I would request you to sit back, relax, and maybe you can put your headphone on and enjoy the episode. So thank you so much. So before you start, you want to give me some brief introduction about yourself, because we are meeting for the very first time, right?
Yes, yes. My sir, I am Trinath. My name is Trinath. I completed my graduation in 2020 in commerce field, sir. Actually,
Okay.
even though I studied a commerce field, my interest in computer science since my inter, I think. In inter means, I think inter means intermediate. Like in India, we have +2.
Correct.
From there, I have interested in computer science only, like
Okay.
about hacking. So for a reason, I learned about hacking for a while. I means for like basic about web securities like that.
Uh-huh.
Up to 2014 to 2016, I think,
Mhm.
17 in music. Later, I got interested in machine learning, data science. So I am from Hyderabad,
Okay.
Telangana.
Okay. Got it.
Uh,
Got it.
so I think you understand my point. Uh, Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, Trinath, go ahead.
For a while, I am interested in hacking, sir. Even now also.
Mhm.
But for some reasons, I have not continued learning about the hacking.
Okay. Got it.
I'm in cybersecurity. I'm in
Oh,
cybersecurity.
so I have few questions. So you said, are you in college right now, right?
No, no, I'm graduated, sir.
Oh,
I
you
done my masters also.
okay? You have done your masters. You have done your masters in what? Cybersecurity or
No,
commerce?
no, no. Commerce, MCom, Master of Commerce.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. And are you working somewhere or you're looking out
No,
for
no.
opportunities?
I'm not working. Working. I'm looking for the opportunities.
Okay, got it, understood. And so basically, your question, if I have understood correctly, so you want to know if you are interested in cybersecurity and you want to actually pursue a career in that field, right?
Uh, yes, sir. Somewhat like that only. The cybersecurity is interesting. I want to pursue it for my hobbies, like not for only for career. Even I got another opportunity in different field.
Mm-hmm.
I will take that one also. That one only.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like for me, and how I can say, for some people we have interest on
I
something like
got it, got it. So basically, in it will be great if you can convert your hobby to your profession, but at this moment, you are open to other opportunities as well, right? If I have understood it
yes,
correctly.
because I
Okay.
graduated in 2020 only.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
understood, understood. So basically, your question is around if you want to turn your hobby that's actually cybersecurity or ethical hacking, and if you want to turn it to your profession, maybe what could possibly your career path, right?
Yes.
So.
Uh,
Mhm.
Basically, in specific to cybersecurity domain, I am interested in reverse engineering and binary Android security, sir. That's the reason.
Okay, got it, got it. So basically, I can give you some insight about what my understandings are. So I can give you little bit of background about myself as well. So I started. I do not come from a computer science background. I'll tell you. So I did my engineering, but it was electrical engineering. So the case was pretty similar to you. I wanted to it was my hobby, but I initially back in 2010 2011 I was not able to understand whether there can be a good career prospect within security and hacking stuffs as well. So that's why I was not sure about it. But later when I started working on it, so I got some clarity, because at that time only the cyber security was actually started to grow. So if you ask me personally, I don't think background can be a blocker for anyone. So unless and until someone is actually ready to put in the work. And coming back to the binary exploitation and reverse engineering, right? So I'll tell you. So in case if you want to learn for your own, that is absolutely fine. But in case if you want to staying in India, if you want to convert your hobby or passion for reverse engineering and binary exploitation specifically to your profession, right? There could be two types of jobs that are available. So mostly antivirus companies are there, right? Different antivirus companies, so they hire reverse engineer. Okay. But if you look at the companies who hire actually exploitation specialist, that the number is very low there. Okay. So there are not many companies who is going to in India is going to hire a lot of exploitation expert, or who are good with vulnerability research and exploits. So the thing is COVID, that kind of reduced that significantly, because right now there are plenty of remote opportunities as well. So for that blocker, I'll actually keep it aside for some time. So, and any question, Trinath, as of now?
No, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
You basically you are saying means for opportunity for the reverse engineering binary exploitation is somewhat became less as of now. Okay.
Sorry. Come again. It was not very clear.
You are saying that for reverse engineering and binary exploitation, opportunities are not huge.
Correct. I mean you are correct only. But the thing is, compared to, and there are still opportunities for reverse engineers who are actually malware reverse engineers, right? So only antivirus companies specifically hire a lot of reverse engineers for malware analysis and stuff. But if it comes to binary exploitation, right, if you want to write exploits for different software and stuff, right, so those opportunities are even lesser. I mean at least at this moment in India. Okay, that's my understanding.
Yes. Now I understood
so far. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean there are plenty of remote opportunities, Trinath. But the thing is, to be able to reach to that level, where a company, a remote company, maybe in Germany or maybe in US, they are going to trust you and hire you as a exploitation expert or exploit writer. So you have to take your skill set to that level. Okay. So that you can actually gain the trust from your employer, or whoever is giving job to you, that you are capable of doing that. So now how some people do that, so they actually do a lot of independent work. For example, they find a lot of vulnerabilities in in the public domain, open source, and free softwares, and obviously popular softwares, and they write exploit for them. They try to make it public, and they write blog post about them. So that's how they actually show off their creativity. And obviously those companies, when you are actually applying for those kind of remote jobs or something like that, right, you can actually showcase those stuffs in your resume. And what they will understand is this person is capable of doing these things, and this will actually gain the trust factor. So that is one thing. Okay. Did I make any sense, Trinath?
Yes, sir. I am getting your point.
Okay. Now, do you want me to cover some of the learning approaches as well when it comes to binary exploitation?
Yes, sir. That's the reason. That's the main reason I am stuck in. I don't know where to start in this field, like binary.
Got it. So basically, what I'll tell you, since I'm considering you are actually starting up only, right? So you have to feed your curiosity really well. So what you have to understand when it is coming about reverse engineering and So reverse engineering is all about breaking things, what you have to understand. Okay, so it's not necessarily you have to open an exe file in the IDA Pro, or any binary file in the IDA Pro, then only you are actually reverse engineering things. So let's say you have opened facebook.com website today, and you want to understand how this website is working, different client side component, different server side component. So basically, to understand that, right, you also have to reverse engineer the entire client side application, right? I mean, does that make sense, Trinath?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Basically, you're saying you have to keen understanding about the architecture.
exactly. Be it a Windows binary or Macintosh binary or a web application. So you have to actually you should be able to capable of breaking a system apart, so that actually you can understand each and every component. Okay, so how do you learn actually the basics? So have you ever worked on web application security, Trinath?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, got it. So you know, right, what burp proxy is and all this stuff, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So now I'll give you an example of burp proxy only, then I'll come to the binary exploitation and reverse engineering.
Not an expert level. I don't. I have only knowledge that
Okay,
about.
understood. So you know, right? You know what is burp proxy and how do you intercept traffic and stuff, right?
Yes,
So,
good, sir.
so in case if you want to understand, right, how this maybe facebook.com web application is running, so what do you usually do? You actually fire up your burp suite and you see all the traffic that your browser is sending to the server, correct?
Yes, yes, sir. Intercept.
Correct,
On.
exactly. So basically you are trying to understand how the things are working in the backend. So you have to apply the similar thing when you are learning reverse engineering of application as well, maybe Windows application, Windows binaries. So what are the toolkits for that? Definitely burp suite won't work. Okay, in case if you want to understand how when you double click on an exe file, how is going to work. So your friends will be different debugging tools, different process utilities, process hackers. Okay, different P studios, Microsoft Shift, lot of debugging and debugging tools for you to kind of understand when a certain application is running, how do you see all these behaviors. Okay, and there are plenty of debuggers available. So instead of burp suite, so if you want to learn more about the Windows side of thing, or maybe OS side of thing, you have to actually rely on different debugger, process explorer, P studios, and P explorer, all these utilities. Okay, so basically when you are using any application, for example, take a simple example, maybe Internet Explorer, you want to understand, right, when you launch Internet Explorer, what all things happen. So basically you can start with is you open a process explorer utility, okay, and see when you execute it, how different processes are being launched and what all files are being created, what all registries are being created. So that actually gives you a visibility what is happening in the background. Making sense, Trinath?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so that is the one part. Okay, and if you want to learn about operating system, so I won't actually tell you that buy a OS internals book and actually go thoroughly read it, because you will lose interest very fast, because those things are not very easy if you are not actually doing it practically. So what I would recommend, right, take a very simple application on Windows platform. Okay, take a let's say Notepad, or Internet Explorer, or any take any small application. Okay, maybe take calculator and try to execute it, and run it within some debugger, for example WinDBG, OLEDBG, immunity debugger. Okay, and try to make yourself comfortable with these tools. And when you get any blocker, right, for example you are not able to understand what are registers, okay, because when you are debugging and reverse engineering, you will get to know a lot of new terminologies, for example registers, okay, and maybe assembly stack, what is heap. So that time you have to go back to your theory. So you have to go back to your book maybe that you have bought, or maybe some online references that you have found, where you can read about maybe what is stack, what is heap, what is data execution prevention, what is active space layout randomization, okay, address space layout randomization. So this is how the learning should be when you are learning about basics. So did it make sense, Trinath?
Yes, I'm getting your point here.
Okay, so that's how I would ask you to learn about the basics, and I think when you are actually at a good state where you are able to take any application and actually give some input around it. Okay, so this is the application. This is how the different processes are being launched. This is how it is modifying registry. This is how it is creating files. So then actually you can go for more practical approaches. Okay.
Right. Okay. Is this is the same thing? This same methodology also works for binary exploitation, sir?
Binary exploitation also it will work, because you must have very good understanding or very good hold of first of all the OS, what I have just explained. Maybe debugging, right? Debugger is, you have to make your friend. Okay, debugger will be your best friend when you are actually doing reverse engineering and binary exploitation. Because so choose any debugger. You can choose immunity debugger, oli debugger, or x64 dbg is also there, or WinDBG. I highly recommend WinDBG because it is shipped by Windows. So lot of features are unique to WinDBG. Okay, so choose any debugger, try to make yourself comfortable with those tools. And yeah, I mean, learning about basics, you have to first focus on certain tools, and then learn how to use those tools to kind of extract useful information out of an application. Okay, application or tool, or any target application you are reverse engineering.
And sir, is there any particular skills that I need to learn before the starting this one? Like, so from basic, like when I try to open as you said that when I try to open a exe file in IDA Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, I think you know when we saw first time when we open the application in IDA Pro,
Correct.
that everything will went out to be uh,
Exactly. You will be very confused, right? You don't know what is going on there. There are hundreds of windows, correct?
yes.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
like to understand those things. What can I do for now? Like
Okay. So actually, there are basic tutorials available everywhere. If you just Google about, IDA Pro tutorial, or you search on YouTube IDA Pro video tutorials, you are going to get plenty of, uh, I think tutorials on that. Okay. But actually, so those things will be really helpful, I believe. Okay. So it will exactly tell you, what all different windows that you see there, right? Maybe function window, and the disassembly window, right? And the where you see the logs and all this stuff. So those things you have to actually learn from those online references. And if you consider only IDA Pro tool at this moment, so there is a book which is very popular called the IDA Pro book. Okay, so I think you can grab it for free as well. This is pretty old book, so there are plenty of copies available on different internet sources. Okay, so you can definitely refer to that book, and it basically starts everything from scratch. The book actually starts everything from scratch, so you can actually easily learn about different windows and stuff. So it uses bit older version of IDA, but since the UI and stuff hasn't changed much, right? So you should be able to make sense out of it.
sir has a suggestion.
Hmm.
Considering my SFSR, do I go directly with IDA Pro or as you said the Windows debug tool? Which one I have to go directly?
Yeah, I'll. That's what I'm saying. So even if you are actually trying to learn malware analysis and stuff, right? So no one is going to jump directly into static analysis and reverse engineering. They first start with dynamic analysis. So dynamic analysis is about, it's much easier to learn, and at the beginning those things will make much more sense. So basically, you grab OS internal related tools, for example process explorer, P Studio, and process hacker, and debugging tools actually, and start exploring those and see, when you do certain things on any platform, how what you exactly see on those tools. So in that is how you will be able to correlate those things, right? So when you are actually getting into practical stuffs, those things will actually make much more sense. Okay, maybe when you click on certain button or you do certain activity in the debugger, or in any of the tool that you are reverse engineering tool, or debugging tool that you are using, you see these events. Okay, so that's how actually you will be able to correlate it better.
Okay, so I'm saying what I understand now. Basically, you are saying that it's better to start with dynamic analysis
Hmm.
to grab more idea easily.
Correct, correct. Okay, I
Am
am
I-
not saying don't touch the the reverse engineering tools at this moment, but yeah, you can learn parallelly. Maybe you have done some dynamic analysis maybe of a certain thing for few days, and after that you decided, okay, let's put it in the IDA Pro and see how things are going on there. Okay, so maybe you did a quick string search to identify what all strings are there in the in this binary that are hard coded and stuff, right? So all those things, those basic stuffs, you can definitely start doing parallelly, but focus on dynamic analysis first. Okay.
Okay, so okay. And sir, I am always confused about these two things.
Hmm.
Reverse engineering and binary exploitation it seems to me bit same to both. I mean, they are. I think they are both don't different too much. Can you tell me about the
So
binary?
yeah, sure, reverse engineering and binary exploitation, right,
Uh,
you said?
I want clarification on in reverse engineering and binary exploitation. Like in both method, we try to understand how application work, and we try to find some points where we can break that one. So why these are two different? Like in when I trying to learn for the learning also, I found difference only different.
Yeah.
I not
So,
find.
so reverse engineering actually is a process, is a way, okay, and binary exploitation is about how do you how do you find a bug and actually try to write an exploit for it. Okay, so these are actually obviously two different things, and to be able to do binary exploitation, right, and perform binary exploitation, write an exploit, you have to be a very good reverse engineer. Okay, to be able to understand how things are working in the background.
Can I consider this as a reverse engineering? Is a step one to go for the binary exploitation.
Yeah,
Am I?
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. So if you are not able to reverse engineer a software well, right, Trinath? So you are
Yes,
not
yes.
you won't be able to understand how things are working. Maybe you have found a bug, but you won't be able to understand how why the bug is present. What is the root cause of this bug, right? For that you should be able to reverse engineer the software really well to be able to understand that and write an exploit for it.
Okay. So the reason I have confused is that when I try to learn about binary exploitations, like
Hmm.
what we initially do and what I think what we all do, like we Google that or YouTube at binary exploitation video,
Hmm. Hmm.
then someone will like in video they will show like buffer overflow like no.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I understand. I confused about so that's the reason why I confused about the reverse engineering and binary exploitation. That's the
Hmm.
main
Hmm.
reason. Confused about.
Got it, got it. But is it making
Also,
sense now?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
It's yes.
Yes, sorry, I think you were saying something. Sorry to stop you, Trinath. Please finish
Oh
your
no.
thoughts. Yeah.
That's the reason. That's the reason I got confused in.
Okay. Understood, understood.
Like in,
Yeah.
like in online, we have too much of tutorials. Not in order wise. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's some it's not teach by one person, so because they are someone teach different, someone teach different, no.
Yeah, understood, understood. Yeah, that makes absolute sense. And Trinath, since you are also, just, starting up, what I would recommend, right? Even I have read those tutorials as well. So, do you know about Corelan team?
No.
Corelan exploitation, exploit writing tutorial? Please refer to those.
But,
Okay, you can
uh,
Google about it.
I think you're talking about that old one.
Old one, right? But that is old, but definitely gold. Okay, but you should definitely start
Yes, yes.
reading.
I think I have read that two, not much, one or two articles. Like buffer, I came to know about buffer overflow with that page only. I think.
Ah, okay, got it, got it. Yeah, but the thing is, don't just actually read one or two times, because each and every line of those tutorials, right? I think there are 10 tutorials. Actually, those are very important, and there's a precious gem. What I would say,
Sir,
for anyone who is willing to start. Yeah,
can you name that page once again? Like
Corelan,
I.
Corelan, Corelan, Corelan exploit writing tutorial. You can search on Google. There are 10 parts. Okay, So because why I actually recommend that, right? Because this guy, right? This guy actually explained the basics really well before he gets into the actual exploitation and stuff. Okay, he will also teach you, how to debug and reverse engineer. So that's the great part about those tutorials. And if you see, those are like not like 1 or 2 page tutorials. Those are actually 10, 15 pages tutorials, right? So please refer to those. Okay.
Sir, one more thing,
Hmm.
like code line exploitations, is there any structured way of learning in the online resource in online?
This is structured only, Trinath. This is you will find 10 parts. I think 10 parts of those tutorial series. Okay, so you can start with one, and you will find free tools around all the things that are mentioned in the tutorial. Okay, so just grab those tools, set up a VM. First read it, then try to do it practically. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Apart from this, another resources,
Yes.
do you know, like books or something like,
Mm-hmm.
for, which helps me to understand the basic concepts?
Okay, so one more book actually I recommend to everyone is Practical Malware Analysis. There is a book. Okay, so why I like this book, I'll tell you. So this book actually, just like Coreland tutorials, right? This book teaches malware analysis, and with the book actually explains theory and practical side by side. So it basically tells you the theory, and after that it actually jumps into the technical content, or the practical content, where you are going to apply those theory in your practical or daily life. Okay, so the book name is Practical Malware Analysis. Just you can grab that book.
Can I go directly, like, this book is beginner friendly or not? Like,
This is actually, this will be beginner friendly only. Okay, see, the thing is, Trinath, one learning approach I usually always follow, because even if you start reading a book, and you find out that you are not able to understand every other thing, so what you have to do is you have to go back where you are stuck, and you have to learn those things, and you have to come back to that book. Okay, so this is the learning approach I would ask you to follow. Because if you are not able to understand certain things at this moment, do not actually leave that book. Okay, that I'm not able to learn, let's this book is not good or something like that. Okay, just go back. So if you are actually stuck at a keyword, or stuck at a certain way or technique, right, you go back to the internet, learn about it, and then get back to the book and resume your reading. Okay. Hey Trinath, can you hear me?
yes, sir, yes, sir,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah. So I think I would ask you to follow that. So same with practical malware analysis as well. Okay.
yes, sir, yes. So, for binary and malware analysis and reversing, the skills required is same. Like skill set is almost same, I think.
Not to starting up, the skill set is definitely same, but exploitation is a different skill set. Okay, it's not like malware analysis or something like that. Okay, exploitation is, you learn about those, you read about those Coreland article, right? You will realize what type of skill set is required for exploitation, and those are actually, you have to understand, those are very old one. Right now the exploitation, the way actually softwares are being written and being exploited is completely, not completely, but it has changed a lot. Okay, so you learn those you start reading those tutorials, you will actually get a clear understanding what different skill sets are required to get into binary exploitation.
Yes, sir. Now I am getting the picture of how to start. I am now.
Yeah. I'm glad you are, it's making sense.
Really thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And one more thing, sir, as I mentioned, I am interested into an Android exploitation also, and I mean Android security also.
Uh-huh.
So, can you explain? I mean, can you any suggestions for that one also?
Android you mentioned, right?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, actually, Android you will find plenty of. I am not a very hardcore Android penetration tester or Android thing, but I'm an Android engineer. But the thing is, for Android, I think you are going to find plenty of books. Okay. I mean, there are. I think after web application security, mobile security is the next big thing, where you will find a lot of job opportunities, and a lot of contents are also available. Okay, so And in Android also, right, there are two different things. One is Android application security testing, and since Android is an operating system, right, in Android also you can perform exploitation, reverse engineering and stuff. Okay, so it depends what you are interested in. But if you are interested in Android, I won't recommend you to directly jump into Android and stuff. So you learn things on the on normal operating system once. Then if you have some understanding, right, how OS is working, how to use a debugger, how to use a reverse engineering tool, then you can actually jump into Android. I mean, that would be my recommendation, but it can be other way around as well. I mean, you can learn the basics from Android and then go to the the normal operating system such as Mac, maybe Windows, Linux.
So for hello.
Yeah, please, Trinath, I can hear you.
So and one more thing is
Yeah.
like as you said that Android for Android we have a lot of resources, no?
Right.
Like I mean, can we have a good career if we got into that one?
Android.
Like can we have a good career in Android security, sir? Can I expect in that?
Yes, I think what I would say. Android definitely it can be a good career, but what I would say, mobile application security as a whole can be a better career. Okay, so if you are an expert in mobile application security, for example, be it iOS, be it Android, okay, so if you are able to offer your employer a whole package, right, if you are an expert in mobile device security, then I think it will be you will have a better career opportunities. Okay, so that's my understanding, but I am not an expert in mobile application security and platform, so I have done some of these things for a very short period of time, but from my understanding, I have seen my friends working in apps, mobile AppSec, so that would be my recommendation, Trinath.
And so one more thing, you, when it's coming to the reverse engineering and exploitation only, the personally I feel where I am lacking is in past web security also. I learn that stuff. I mean, I learn the how the meta exploitation or way work. But when it's coming to the implementation time, like we want to do practical. I feel that it won't work well. For applying my knowledge into practically, it won't working well. Like, can you any suggestions for to overcome that one?
Yeah. So why do you think if you are learning something theoretically, it won't work when you are doing practically?
Like no. What I'm saying means it's for it won't working. It means to apply what I gain. It's not so like I feel like if I got 2-3 errors, no, then I will stuck there only like.
Okay, understood. Yeah. So Trinath, so that is one of the things every engineers will face, I guess. Okay, but what you have to do, you have to go back, and maybe if you're talking about errors only, right? Maybe you are trying to set up something, you are getting an error, and you have to actually go back, try to fix that error, learn from Google, okay, and maybe go back and start resuming your work. At the beginning, the numbers of error will definitely increase. It will be more, but once you actually do more and more practical stuff, right, I can assure you the number of errors is going to reduce. Because more and more clarity you get in your brain, right, what you are doing, the number of errors and number of blockers will reduce, and actually you will get into that learning curve, okay, that you face some difficulty, how to learn about those blockers, and how to resolve them. So that learning curve has to be proper. So that's why initially, don't just give up if you see an error, or if you find an error, find a blocker, if something is not working, try one more time. So my approach will always be that only. Okay, so try one more time, let's see if it works next time. Okay, and use a bit better approach or bit different approach. And for binary exploitation, right, you can definitely play a lot of CTFs, and there are, there are different small reverse engineering challenges that are actually, freely available. So you can just, go to those websites, download those challenges, actually, try to solve them. I think that is the practical approach, okay, for learning reverse engineering and stuff.
Hello.
Yeah, Trinath, tell me.
I got your point. So
Yeah.
CTFs works in YouTube also. There are a lot of CTF
Right,
tutorials.
right, exactly. And the thing is, CTF. I don't play CTF. I haven't played CTF much, but why? From where I used to learn is, your entire operating system is full of treasures, right, and full of secrets. Because maybe think about it, na? There is a date and time clock, right? Have you ever thought, how this date and time clock is working? Where the code for this computer clock is present, right? You can actually, on a fine day, you can start digging into that, right? How this date time things in working on your Windows platform. So that will be a good reverse engineering approach. You do not have to even go to CTF challenges and, learn reverse engineering, right?
Yes, as you said that
Hmm.
you mentioned that now one ideology that ideology where I think I'm lacking, sir. Like
Hmm.
where to find that implement my knowledge, where to use exactly this obviously this engineering, this reverse engineering, binary exploitation stuff. We can't find where to apply our thing.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
What I have, what we learned, where to apply, we don't know. That's the reason I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to find ways, because there are plenty of places around you where you can apply those skills, right? The example I have just given. So have you ever
Yes,
thought about that? You can, you basically, there is a clock in your PC that is ticking, right, all the time. So have you ever thought where the source code is?
no, sir, no.
Exactly. Go find it out. I mean, those things you have to, that's how you have to feed your curiosities. Okay. So try to find out. Maybe, it will take 1 year, but once after 1 year, you will learn thousand different things. Okay, how to get those things done, and they will be, then you will be very confident. Then you can actually take up your new challenge. Okay, I said 1 year because you are just a beginner. Okay, but eventually the 1 year will it will reduce to 1 day, or maybe 1 hour after 1 year. Okay.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Like practicing, the more we practice, the more we gain
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
experience.
Exactly. And the thing is, parallelly, you have to enjoy that work. Okay. Otherwise, see, we are having the discussion. Although you are from commerce background, we are having this discussion because you have some passion for the security and reverse engineering, right? So
Yes,
basically,
yes,
when you are actually, working on something you are passionate about, the work doesn't feel like work. So that's my understanding. Even, I follow the same mindset. I also have the same mindset. So that's why actually I told you, go find those things out. There are, maybe you are clicking on that start button on your Windows, and you are seeing an, entire animated UI that opens up, right? Go find it out, what this source code is. Okay, and when you click on it, what all things happen in the background, right? There must be something, right, that is happening while you are seeing it in the UI.
so you said that like when you coming to the Windows UI,
Hmm.
like is there any debugger? Did Windows debugger will work for that process also? Like
Yeah. Windows debugger will work. There are process explorer, P studios, different utilities that are available. So, which will help you find out, which processes are being launched, what these processes are doing, and stuff. Okay. So
yes,
I'm just giving you an example. You do not have to not necessarily go and, find out, how this Windows clock is working, but you can take a very simple approach, right? When you are saving maybe a text file on Notepad, right? How it is saving it on the disk? Just go try to find it out. Okay, all these things, feed your curiosity with those things.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you.
No problem, Trinath. Yeah. Any other question, Trinath?
No, sir. No, you made it clear for with coming to the reverse engineering binary exploitation, sir.
Sure. Okay, thank you so much. But thank you so much for your time as well. But if I'm able to provide some sort of help, I'm very glad for that.
And
So yeah.
and I wonder, and one more thing I want to ask. Obviously when I came to when I search about the reverse engineering binary exploitation in YouTube,
Hmm.
your channel come up. It's Yeah, because it had videos of that one
Okay,
only.
okay, 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 okay.
Uh,
Understood.
like if you have a time, can you, for not only for me,
Hmm.
like it's not for me, like can you make a detailed playlist about uh, like suppose to learn Python, any programming language, we go through the basics like variables, data structures, like we go no, like we have detailed roadmap.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Like can you make an playlist for for everyone to learn this stuff thing, uh,
Okay.
in detail form, like
Understood, understood, Trinath. Yeah, that is definitely a very good point. I'm taking a note of it at this moment. Okay, I'll surely try to work on it. Sure,
yes,
sure, sure.
the
Yeah.
reason I am asking is like there are only few people who possess this kind of this knowledge in this reverse engineering, and only few people share that knowledge on the social and share that knowledge in YouTube or any sites.
Yeah, 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 definitely. That's the harsh reality. That's true. But yeah, actually, even I have some time constraints because I have a day job. So basically, I have to find out time for that. So
That's the reason I ask you that if in your free time only, if it is
yeah.
possible only.
Correct, correct. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll try to work on it, man. Sure. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, yeah. I hope it was helpful, Trinath. Hope I was able to bring some clarity on the
Yes, sir.
confusion that you had.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, sure. And I think you have your my email address, right? Feel free to drop an email in case if you have any other doubt. Okay, I'll see if I can resolve them for you.
Of course, sir. Thank you, sir. Of
Sure, sure.
course.
Thank you so much, Trinath. It was nice
Thank
talking to you, man. Bye. All the
you.
best.
It's me, sir. It's me. Have to tell you thank you, sir.
No, no, no worries. It's both the way. No worries. No worries, sir. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.
And once again, sorry for my English. That's
Hey, no, no, that's absolutely. See, I was telling you that only, right? Even I don't come from, English medium school. I started learning, things in English when I went to my college first. So, it was initial days. It was a very big blocker for me as well. But I have worked with, lot of engineers who speaks English. So that's how I am able to communicate in a decent way at this moment. But yeah, it happens. But don't worry about it, man. It doesn't matter. Focus on your skills, English and language. These are just the language, so you will learn. Okay, you'll eventually with time you will learn once you practice more and more. Okay, and I think your English is good, so no need to worry about that. Yeah.
yes, sir. But I can't convey my thoughts in English, so that's the reason. Sometimes I break out in the middle of sentence. So that's why I'm sorry for you.
And hey, no, 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 no worries. I think
Yes, sir. And sir,
yeah.
one more thing, sir.
Hmm.
I forgot to ask you that one. Sir, how can we find the job opportunities in this field, like reverse engineering field? How come?
Okay, so
I
finding
think
out.
where
Yeah.
we can found like if like we can found job opportunities for web development or any programming language. It's no where to find, how to apply. But these sorts of things I don't know, sir. Where to apply?
Okay.
Where the company will requirements will post that.
Okay, actually they post on LinkedIn, Naukri.com. Okay, they post it. But what I would say, right, when you are actually learning these things, right, I talked about learning theory, learning practical, right? So when you are learning these things, so the work you are doing, right, try to do some unique and creative work, okay, around that. So
Yes.
don't just do work that has already been done in the past. Okay, if you are doing some new, original and unique work, and writing some unique code, and then what you can do is you can start writing some blogs about it. You can make some of your code open source and stuff, right? So those things you can actually put it in your resume. Okay, so what happens is, so before when your resume actually reaches to any engineer who is hire looking to hire you, or any engineer, So those things actually grab their attention. Okay, so this guy is from a commerce background, he's very interested and passionate about security and reverse engineering. He has learned all these things on their own, right? He has learned all these things on his own, and he has done pretty good work. So okay, let's give it a shot. Actually, let's try to have a phone screening interview or something like so. So that's how actually you make opportunity for yourself. So you have to show off your work also. So right now, if you just write in your resume, right, you are a student from commerce background, no one is going to look into your resume. I mean, whoever is in cybersecurity or reverse engineering. But if your resume is full of treasure, right, what all work you have done, and maybe the blogs, maybe the codes, or so those things actually will grab people's attention. And once you actually prepare your resume in that way, after that you have to start reaching out to people. I have done I mean a lot, okay, when I was actually starting my career. So you have to write a very good cover letter that in 2-3 lines you should be able to exactly convey that how passionate you are about the job role, and what all things you have learned on your own. Okay, and then start reaching out to people over LinkedIn and send cold emails. Okay, that this is my resume and I'm interested. What I can tell you, 98 to 99% emails and messages you won't get any response. Okay, but maybe 1% they will look at your email, but maybe keep it aside. Okay, I'll talk to this guy later, maybe when you have an opening. So that's how actually you can create opportunity for yourself, Trinath. Okay, so that is the approach you should follow.
Okay, sir. Got it. Got it.
But you won't find actually just like software development mass recruitment stuff, that will never happen, maybe in near future as well. Okay, so
Yes.
there will be limited openings as well, because these are very niche domain, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. That's the even to want to career in that, people will get difficulty in this learning this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But finding job also, you have to actually push your resume. You have to actually reach out to people, find out, send connection on LinkedIn, because it's free, right? So you just send email, write a cover letter, in 2-3 lines, tell people that what is your background and how passionate you are about the job role and stuff. Okay, just send it and don't expect any response. Just just send and forget. Okay.
I'm just asking you.
Hmm.
I got this question now only.
Hmm.
You said that for this reverse engineering, for the reverse engineering opportunities are in abroad, like in other countries it will have much. So when coming to India, do you see, as you are in the industry, do you seeing any growth, like in cyber security domain, specifically to the reverse engineering binary exploitation?
Yeah, definitely, Trinath. I mean, the time things are changing. If I look back, 10 years back, if I look back, right? So there are even lesser opportunities, but now opportunities are more and more. So I'm hoping, this curve will continue to increase. Okay, this graph will continue to increase. But yeah, compared to other domain, definitely there will be that gap. I mean, there will be lesser opportunities in reverse engineering and stuff, because these things are very niche, right? And you won't find many resources around it. So that's why it's hard to learn as well, right? But yeah, eventually time will change, and I think we'll see some increment around it. But I don't think it will become like software development role or something like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem, Trinath. It was nice talking to you. Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thanks a
Okay,
lot.
thank you. Bye bye. Yeah, all the best.